What's up, everybody? Welcome to Friendship Frequency. This is a podcast where we talk about our real life struggles and what has worked for us. We get real, we get vulnerable, and discuss our everyday lives. And we invite you to go on this journey to better yourself along with us. I'm Taff Johnson.
I'm Aaron Whitmore.
And this is who we are, and this is what we do. Hola.
Hola, my friend.
How are you?
This is fine. I'm good. It is Sunday. It's cold. Hence why I'm wearing a hoodie. It's cold.
Yeah, see, I don't want no parts of that. No thanks.
Like what the hell, Washington State?
You Dude, gave it was us so nice yesterday.
I know, right? 2 days of nice weather, and you're gonna pull this BS.
We're in that fake spring, fake summer. This is just a drill, people. This is not the real deal. This is just a drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been outside yet, so I'm warm and snuggly in my house, and I took a blazing hot shower, so I'm still trying to temperature regulate from that. But yeah. Right. That sucks. I gotta go to the grocery store and stuff, and I did not want to go in the cold. Sad day.
That's why I did it yesterday. Went grocery shopping yesterday, and it's even cold in the apartment. I mean, I keep my heat about 68, and it's cold.
That's what I keep on. We keep ours on 68, but because we put the doggy door in, it doesn't and the dogs are constantly in and out. It just gets cold in here. So, dang it.
I had it at 70, but I'm getting tired of this Washington energy cost.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Let's do it.
Admittedly, I am very spoiled. That is not a secret to anyone. My husband has afforded me a very cushy lifestyle. And at work, I drive a company vehicle that has a gas card in it. So I don't pay for gas for work. On my way home last night from the bingo hall at 1:30 this morning, I just happened to glance over and look at how much gas was. And I was floored. I don't know if I've seen people post about it. I haven't really paid attention to it and saw how much gas was. Now, it was $5.05 for a regular gallon. My Volkswagen has to have the 92, the premium, whatever. And that shit was like $5.35 a gallon. Listen, what is happening? What is happening? Why are we paying that much for gas? And I asked Jason about it because, let's be real. I don't pay attention to the news. I don't watch the news. I know that there's some shit going on in Iran. Unless one of my kids or my husband is activated, then I don't really pay attention. I live in rainbows and butterflies. I can't get wrapped up in that shit because I'll go down a rabbit hole and probably lose myself.
Yeah.
But I asked Jason about it and I'm like, is it like this all across the country? And he was like, no, it's pretty much Washington State. Yeah. So what the hell is happening? What is going on?
So admittedly, the gas prices have gone up around the country. Anytime there's a war, the gas companies are going to naturally jack up the price, even though gas hasn't even if the gas station has the gas already and they've already purchased it, they're going to use that excuse to jack up the prices. And plus it's summertime. They always jack up the prices come summer because there's people more traveling. But Washington State alone, Mr. Bob Ferguson, fuck you, Bob Ferguson, I'll say it. There's over $1 and some change per gallon of tax that we pay on top of all the other countries or states. California's high too because of the governor and their bullshit taxes. So yeah, we're paying something.
Is this like the tax that they did in Seattle for Gatorade and soda and
That's a
If you
different
go,
tax, but yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
it's same thing. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, if you buy that there, it's like way ridiculous because of the sugar tax or whatever.
yeah.
So this is just a random tax that Washington State decided to add on. Let me add that to the
Transportation
list.
tax.
Let me
I
add
mean,
that to the list.
you'll notice that your tabs went up again too. So Washington State just taxes the fuck out of us. They don't care. They implemented that $1 million income tax for people that make over $1 million a year. People think it's not going to affect us because it's a millionaire's tax. You have to make $1 million. What do you think is going to happen to those companies? They're like, screw you. I'm not going to pay these taxes. They're going to go to another state that doesn't charge these taxes. Jobs are going to be lost. They're eventually going to lower it down to the working class. Just Washington State is a tax hungry state.
So my question is, surrounding all that, why do we still live here?
That's a good question.
Like, I really, really am starting to contemplate that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now Jaden is graduating. I won't have kids at home anymore. And obviously, I'm not just putting that in my own head, I'm putting that in my entire family's head because I can't be 2,000 miles away from, I don't want to be 2,000 miles away from my kid and my grandbaby once my grandbaby gets
Mm-hmm.
here. But, and I think about my kids, like, there's no way they're going to be able to survive in this economy.
No.
When Jason and I first got married, Jason was an E, which is basically broke in the military. Like, we moved into military housing and we had fold up camping chairs for furniture. And that was because my mom took us to Kmart and purchased them when she came to visit us one time. The only actual furniture that we had was, I had a bedroom set and Ashley had a bed at the time. I think about what it was as a struggle for us starting out as a new couple with a baby. And like, had it not been for the military and like military housing and that kind of thing, like, there's no way,
Yeah.
no freaking way we would have made it. So I think about my kids and just, what they're going to have to go through, the struggles that they're going to have to go through. And I'm genuinely concerned about it. Like, I get, and here's the whole point to this story is, yes, I have been afforded a very, very cushy lifestyle. That is, I do not take that for granted. And I am super grateful for the things that Jason and I have. And let me not just say that Jason did it. Let's call it what it is. Your girl's a beast. Like, I run an executive position myself and make six figures myself. But that being said, it just was an eye opener to me as to I need to start paying a little bit more attention to the things that are happening around me. As much as I don't like to get off into the negative and
Mm-hmm.
the political part of it and all of that, now I'm understanding that, like, this directly affects my family, my kids, myself, and it's, I just am blown. Like, I can remember when gas was 96 cents a gallon as a kid. And I'm just blown away, like, at the amount of just crazy inflation on things. Like, I just am, I don't know. That was, you bringing that up, brought that up. I just, like, last night was like a holy hell. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why do we live
Mm-hmm.
here? So, yeah. Anyway, next subject. That's just where I was with that.
Yeah, I mean, like the cost of like natural or not natural gas, but the cost of electricity has gone up 60% since this time last year.
Again, listen, y'all, it's not a secret. I swipe the card and it works. That's it. Jason handles all of that other stuff. Why? Because I did it for years when he was active duty. I did it for years, and it would be to the point where I would almost hyperventilate because I'd be so stressed out about money and bills, and we don't have anything we're saving. We don't have, like, we were literally just paycheck to paycheck, and I couldn't wrap my mind around how we were going to get through all of it. So, when Jason came back from the deployment the very last time, and he was home for good. We knew he wasn't leaving. He was getting ready to retire. Here you go, buddy. You take it. I did it for
Right.
years. I'm all set with that. I just need to know when I swipe the card, it's going to go through, and that I don't care about the rest of it. So, yeah, he pays our power bill. I would have no idea that it is, and granted, don't get me wrong. Like, I listen, when I tell you I know that I'm spoiled, I mean that with my whole heart. I know that. And anybody that's around me or close to me, like, they know it too. I don't hide that fact. I am 100% aware. It is mind blowing. Like, for you to even tell me that, I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, how can the same power that we used this time last year be a different price than it was? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think about people that are on fixed incomes and stuff like that. Like, how does this work? Like, how are people supposed to get to a place in life where they can enjoy life?
They don't want people to. They
You
want
see
people
what
to
I'm
rely.
exactly like? This is what I don't
They want
understand.
people to
Like,
rely on them. That's why, like, the majority of the people that vote these people in don't pay the taxes that we pay. They pay taxes on the stuff that they buy. You know, we're the people that pay for stuff, and we're just like the middle class.
so you
You
mean
know,
like the people that are higher up that don't pay taxes, right? Is that what you're saying?
no, that's all bullshit. The rich people pay fucking taxes. They just,
Okay.
yeah, that I'm not even going to
I
go
see
there
where
because
this is.
people,
Yeah, I was going to say, I see this is going to be one of those. So
yeah,
I'm really concerned about staying in Washington State and being able to live the life that, number one, I'm accustomed to. Number
yeah,
two, that for my kids to be able to have a life and have some sort of, when I was younger and had little kids, I didn't realize how important it was to have a savings account or, like some money holed away somewhere. I had no idea how important that was. Obviously, as I've gotten older and, learned more financial responsibility and stuff like that, like, yeah, it became very clear. And, just like most of us, I believed that the only way you could make money was to, like, kill yourself at work and work a 9 to 5 job or however many, kill yourself all week at work, have 2 days off, go back and do it again. And work till you're freaking 70, however old, and then hopefully you have enough to retire. But
good
even
luck with
then,
that.
like, I couldn't make it make sense because we couldn't save any money.
Yeah,
Like, when you have 3 kids and they're in sports, they're doing all the things, like, you obviously give your kids a better life than you had. Like, we could not save money. We could not save money. And it wasn't for lack of trying, it was for lack of necessity. Like, oh my God, we have to pay for this. So I just, it's very sobering to see where we are financially in this state. And, like, my son has a 2 bedroom apartment that he pays more than I pay for my mortgage. And I have a 2,700 4 bedroom house, or 2,700 square foot house with 4 bedrooms and a bonus room in a bougie ass neighborhood. They hate me here. You know what I mean? Like, it's mind blowing. And I
yeah.
keep,
I mean, I pay $2,200 plus a month for a 2 bedroom apartment.
Aaron, that's more than my mortgage.
But
Like,
see, the
I
thing
can't make it
is
make
with
sense.
like a mortgage, you're trapped there forever, 30 years unless you sell the house, whereas
Yeah.
rent, you're tied to like a year lease. You can bounce after the year lease, but like I don't want to be tied down paying a mortgage for 30, 60 years.
Right.
I've looked at buying a house that, I was back when my credit was good. I was going to buy a house, but it wasn't feasible, especially like with what the mortgage rates would be. Like you guys
Right.
got in and you bought a house at a good time, but like a couple years ago, when my aunt and uncle were selling their 500 square foot house,
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 for that house, for a 500 square foot
I
house.
thought you meant to say 5,000, but now that you finished that sentence, it makes more sense. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, and my mortgage payment would have been like $3,000 a month. Why?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. We were very fortunate to buy when we did. We paid 300 something, 300, we'll say 350 for this house, and it appraises now at 6 something. The thing with the house, and this is, listen, our realtor is a killer. Like, I love this man. He's so good at his job, and we were very fortunate to get him. And his name is Brian. Shout out Brian if you listen or you see this reel. He did a lot of legwork for us, and we were very fortunate to get this house when we did. And he got us $10,000 to come back to us to help pay off debt as well. Plus, we had the military. Like, make no mistake, a lot of the advantages that have been afforded to us is because of Jason and I's veteran status. So, yeah, I really am like, I think this is the first time in a long time. Before it's always been, I want to leave Washington because of the weather. I can't handle the winter, blah, 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 whatever. Um, this is the first time I've looked at it from like a financial standpoint. And I'm really like, does it make a lot of sense for us to stay here? Or do we finish the house, put the work into it, and put it on the market and chuck deuces and figure out where we want to be? But obviously work, jobs, all the things, grandbaby,
Yeah.
kids. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever been like, I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense to stay here. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But I just am like, it was very eye opening last night for me to be like, hold on, wait the hell a minute. And today I have to go to the grocery store and put gas in my car. And usually I fill up when I put gas in my car, and it's already hurting my heart. And I haven't even got there yet. Like, don't get me wrong, a full tank of gas in my Volkswagen will last a month because I don't ever drive it except for on the weekends. But still, like, I just, it's mind blowing to me. Mind
Yeah.
blowing.
My
And
sister and brother in law bought a house, I don't know, I want to say 15 years ago.
yeah,
4 bedroom up in Lakeland Hills.
yeah,
New home. They
that's
paid
a bougie little neighborhood too.
they paid I'd say $200,000 for their house. It's appraised at almost $700,000 now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I believe it. And our appraisal will go up because they're building the new high school out the back gate. So it's and then we found out, how our neighborhood is shaped like a U. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? Like, you can go through the front gate or the back gate, whatever, it's shaped like a U. Well, that property that's in the middle of us right there, the what used to be the mink farm, they sold that and they're putting over 400 houses in there. I can't be here for that. Like, let's just be real. I don't even like my neighbors. Definitely can't stand my neighbors' kids. Like, I can't be here for that. I already told Jason. I was like, that's not going to work. Number one, we live on a road that's one lane each way,
Yeah.
and it's already like congested. And no, I can't do that. No, that's too many people. I can't be here for that. So it's going to be, we've already started having this conversation, but it was never around financial stuff. It was always based on stuff like that. So yeah, I just we'll see where that goes. Obviously nothing is going to happen in the immediate future, but like, mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Yeah, and
And
they wonder why we're in the state that we are.
Yeah,
Has
exactly.
nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with Biden.
No, I don't think that has anything to do. It's not political. Well, I mean, I'm sure it is political somewhere that I'm not aware of, and I don't want to be aware of.
Part of it's political, but it's
Like,
like people are struggling to survive.
yeah, but like here, let's put it into perspective, right? Jason and I probably together make, we'll ballpark it, $250,000 a year together. The fact that we still struggle, and I don't mean struggle like my struggle is very minimal. Don't get me wrong, very minimal compared to other people. But we have money to pay our bills. We have money for food. Our kids want for nothing. We are very, very blessed in that. We have money in a savings account. But paying for Jaden's college is going to be, it's going to take some work. Like we're going to have to move stuff and finance strategically plan that. My grandbaby that's coming will want for nothing, and that's going to take some strategic planning. And not just my grandbaby, but to make sure my son is good and he's covered. No, I don't have to do any of these things. I'm very much aware of that. But I know what it was to struggle as a young parent, and I know what it was to struggle going through school. And if I'm in a position to where I can help my kids, obviously I'm going to. Ashley and Micah eventually will want to buy a house and all of these things, and I'm sure Micah's family will help as well. But it just is. I don't see it happening here. Like, this is not our forever home. This is not our forever state. This is not our where we're going to end up. So, as Jason and I get older, we start looking at what life is going to look like after that. And I think this time when we make decisions, this will be a huge part of it. This will be a huge part of it. And it just is, even my mom is leaving Washington. Jason's mom. She's leaving and she's moving to Illinois. And, it's that was the thing that tied us to Washington to begin with. So, yeah, it will. I mean, it's obviously going to be years, but we won't end up here. That's for sure. We will
Yeah,
not end
and
up here.
a lot of people are leaving Washington State and moving to Florida, Texas.
You
You
know
know,
me. I'm
my
always
my
down to
cut
live in Texas.
my cousin moved to Minnesota, Missouri.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, it's eye opening, especially for someone like me that is spoiled and lives a very cushy life. And I don't, I'm aware. I'm not stupid. I know what kind of life I live, but it's very eye opening. And yeah, it kind of like rocked me a little bit because I think about these people that don't have the life that I live, and how I can't imagine how difficult it would be to be where Jason and I started in today's economy. And that is rough, rough. So, yeah, let me put my gratitude pants on because and not that I'm not grateful already, I am, don't get me wrong, but I know I'm very much aware of how privileged Jason and I are when it comes to that. So, it's just, so.
on a different note, did you win a bingo last night?
No, dang it. Jason did.
So it ain't me.
Jason did. I don't know. I still think it was remnants of you. No, Jason did, but he had to split it, and it was $1,000 payout, and he had to split it with two other people, one other person, two other people, because he got almost $400. Um, so Jason won, but not me. Close, many, many times. Even the ball in the screen, the next ball would have been my ball. But yeah, no, I didn't win. Kim and Ashley didn't win. Jason won. We stayed for the late session and neither one of us won. He won in the first one. So yeah. But there was this lady that was sitting down from us. She won 3 times. 3 times. I was like, girl, I'm about to come sit next to you. This Samoan lady, she was so sweet too. She was like, I can't believe it's happening. I was like, for real. So it was fun though. We had a good time. Good time.
Yeah.
So that's why we were, late getting up this morning. I wasn't really late getting up, but I took a shower and got dressed and all the things because we got errands to run later. But yeah, it was a good time. But I think I'm done for a little bit just because I've played the last couple weeks or the last couple times and haven't won. So I'm just gonna let it rest for a little while, then go back in a few weeks and see what happens. Yeah. Plus, listen, I'm not 25 anymore. These late nights, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know that I can't hang the way that I used to. Thank God for ketones. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's why I wanted to do the early session on Friday.
Mm-hmm. What'd you guys do yesterday?
Went to Seattle.
Was it crazy down there?
I mean, there was a lot of people on the UW campus for the cherry blossoms. I didn't see no.
Dude, I want to go see
no Kings protesters. So
gotcha. I want to go see the cherry blossom so bad, but I'm just terrified. My allergies are going to kill me the second I get out of the car. Yeah. But they're so pretty when you look at them, like in pictures and stuff. They look so pretty. But
yeah, I had no idea that was there. So
you didn't?
No,
dude, you got a National Geographic every now and then. Like that, it is. It's on National Geographic how pretty they are and like when they bloom and stuff. I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do the tulip farm up north, but again, allergies. Me, not so.
I mean, I've
pollen friendly.
Never really cared about that kind of shit. So most of my life, but the older I get,
we need to get a little culture in you, Aaron. Okay, a little culture.
Yeah, I did have to rile up some No King protesters coming back into Auburn though, because they were protesting out on, or they were just dispersing.
Was it everywhere? I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, like a lot of cities and states, people were doing it, but I mean, they said there was over 10,000 people in Seattle, but I didn't see one. So.
Well, I text my son, a sweatshirt arrived in the mail yesterday, and the sweatshirt on the back of it says, I've been called a lot of names, but my favorite is Papa. And it's got an adult fist and a little baby fist doing awesome. A dab. And I thought JJ ordered it for Jason. So I text JJ and I was like, is your dad supposed to get this now? Or am I waiting? Or what's happening? And JJ was like, I didn't order that. And I was like, well, who the hell ordered it then? And JJ was like, Dad had to have ordered that. JJ's like, I didn't order that. I'm like, okay, well, you got a sweater. But JJ texted me back and he's like, no, we're getting ready to go to the Mariners game. And I was like, please be careful. Like, it's supposed to be crazy down there today. I don't give a shit what side you're on. I could care less. Again, I could care less. If you touch one of my kids, I'm coming for your whole family. Like, I don't care. Listen, you can have your own opinion. You can protest, tear the city down. I don't give a shit what you do. You touch one of my babies, I'm coming for you and your whole family. So I text JJ and I'm like, hey, just be careful. They went to the Mariners game, but he didn't say anything either. He said it was fine. So
yeah, coming home from Auburn, they always like pile up around Auburn Way and Harvey Road, and they're like dispersing as I'm getting back. And these three people were they parked at the airport there. They had like No King signs, and I'm like, I roll down my window and I'm like, who's the king? And they're like, there's no king in this country. And I'm like, then what are you protesting? And they just shut up and kept walking. I'm like,
you can't help yourself, can you?
I can't. I'm telling you, like, if there was a fucking king in this country, you wouldn't be protesting. Try going to the UK or anybody else that have. I'm just like, yeah, I can't help it. My partner's like, I rolled down the window and he rolls it back up and was like, don't say it.
Again, this is something that I don't pay attention to. Like, I have no idea what it's about. I don't have an opinion either way. I mean, I do have my own opinions, but I don't get involved in the political shit. It just blows it. Listen, if these people and both sides, if y'all were as passionate about your own lives and what you do in your own lives as you are about this political bullshit, imagine what the world would look like. Imagine what the world would look like. Like, if you were this passionate
I
about
agree.
anything,
Like,
like,
if everybody wants to blame somebody for the situation that they're in, when we all have our own ability to control how our life goes ultimately,
mm-hmm.
but yet everybody wants to blame everybody else for the state of the nation or this or that, or it's stupid.
Yeah.
So I like to heckle stupid people.
Yeah. I would love to see that passion put into, I don't know, self-development or bettering yourself at
Imagine that.
school
Imagine,
or,
but
anything that's
nobody
constructive.
wants to take.
Like,
They don't want to take accountability. I mean, it
yeah.
goes on both sides. Like, there's
Yeah,
some,
absolutely.
but
Which
yeah.
is why I stay out of it. And it's best for me to do that because, listen, she lives right here. She can be unpacked and activated at any given moment. So we just, don't put ourselves in situations where that's necessary and just live our best life and make sure I'm taken care of, my kids are taken care of, the people I care about are taken care of. It's unfortunate that this is now the way that things are handled. There is no more discussions. There is no more, let's see if we can find a common ground. It's the automatic, we're different. You believe one thing, I believe something different. We automatically hate each other. There is no discussion of trying to find a common ground anymore. And I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most. So, yeah, I just choose to not associate with people that are that way. I can't. I can't. And if people bring it around me, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion, obviously. If people bring it around me, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all set with that. Thanks. Appreciate your opinion. Appreciate where you stand on it. But I don't have a say in it. If I did, you probably wouldn't like it. So let's just agree to let that go and call it what it is. I think the older I get too, like, I saw this reel the other day and it was Taraji P. Henson. And she was like, in your 40s, you say that you don't care what people think anymore, or like you have zero fucks to give. She said, but you still care. You still care. Well, now I'm getting closer to 50, and she goes, at 50, you really have zero fucks to give anymore. You could care less. And I think I'm on my way there. Like, I think I'm on my way there. I just don't
There, I don't.
yeah, like I just don't obviously I care about the people in my life that I'm close to, and I'm always going to be there for them and that. And but as I get older, there's life is too short to be worried about that type of bullshit.
Yeah.
So I stay in my lane, mind my business, and take care of the people that I care about. And so far so good. Like,
Yeah.
so, but I thought that was fitting. I was like, she's right. The older I get, the less I'm like, okay. So
I used to
that
give
means
two fucks what people thought about me, but now I don't give two fucks.
now that means as I get to 50, it's going to be like no filter, no holds barred, no nothing. And and listen, I don't know. We'll see what that looks like. I'm kind of excited for it, honestly.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, today I got to go to the grocery store, get stuff for the week. I have like a craving for some chicken. I make this chicken stuff. It's almost like chicken and rice, and I have a craving for it. I got to get the stuff to make that today. It's going to be so bomb. I can't wait. But just get stuff for the rest of the week. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a week for me. I already know. Like, work is going to be off the chain. So I just need to make sure I'm set up for success everywhere else that I can be. So it will definitely make the work week go by easier for me. So yeah, it's going to be wild. Going to be wild. So, but yeah, that's all I got on my agenda. Not a whole lot.
Does it mean you got to take on more responsibilities? Is it a
No,
senior role? No.
no. It's not a senior role. There's not a more senior role than the role that I'm in, unless I become VP. Um, and I've said that out loud one time before, straight to him, and the look that I got was, I was like, eventually you got to retire and somebody's got to take your position. And he kind of giggled and he looked right at me, and I was like, I'm just saying. I definitely keep him on his toes for sure, but yeah, no, I'm not taking on more responsibility or anything like that. My role doesn't change. Just I've gotten really good at delegation and learned that I don't have to be the one to do everything. And so I know, imagine that, right?
Imagine that.
So, and I have support flying in from Alaska to help out. So not going to change really anything for me. Just the admin side of it, of terminations, paperwork, that kind of thing. So, but everything else pretty much stays the same for me. Same amount of responsibility. It's different going from, obviously, from running 2 states with 4 locations, to running 1 state with 8 locations. So my time is a lot more. Like, if you saw my work calendar, I have blocked it out of what I do at what time and what I'm working on at what time. And I had to do that because otherwise it was like running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah.
So yeah, my stuff doesn't really change. Just the delegation of it changes a little bit. So not too crazy. Nothing I can't handle, and nothing that I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be so overwhelmed. But that also comes with making sure I'm prepped and ready for it prior to getting there, and making sure I'm doing the stuff behind the scenes that helps take care of me. So that's the difference. Look at that emotional maturity. Look at that. Look at that, right? I know. So, but yeah, I don't know if Jaden has anything coming up this week. I got to check with Jaden. And next weekend, Jaden will be in the Daffodil Parade. So that would be fun. We'll get to go do that.
That's cool.
I kind of want to go to the little fair this year. The big fair is always like just so overwhelming because so many people are there. And I don't really like to do the rides or anything. I just like to walk around and look at the booths. So I kind of want to just do the little fair, and that way I can skip the big fair. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out. It's only like 4 days long, so it's like a limited opportunity to go there. But yeah, the big fair is always just, there's so many freaking people that come in for it. Like, right. But there's going to be some good concerts at the big fair this year. Ice Cube is coming. Can we just stop for a second? Ice Cube is coming to the Washington State Fair, y'all. I was like, what? I was like, I am down. I will West Side till I die all day long.
That'll be interesting.
Right. I really want to go. Like, I really want to go. But then I'm like, I don't really want to get into a fight with anybody. And I don't need Jason getting a contact high. That's what I don't need. So,
right.
But I do think it would be super fun.
Yeah. I think I might have saw Kid Rock there.
At the fair? I think he has come. Yeah, I do think he's came before. There's some other ones too that I was like, oh, that'd be fun to go to. But it's always on a weeknight. And, like, a school night, dude, I can't do it. I got to get up too early the next morning. Right. So I'll have to see who's on the Friday and Saturday night concerts and see if it's worth going or not. But yeah, that's always fun. It's just there's too many people. It's too overwhelming. It usually goes with friends. We usually throw some money at Jaden, and Jaden usually goes with friends. So I don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm thinking the little fair is more my pace this year, more my
Right.
so
Yeah, this is the last season of Wild Waves too. Enchanted
yep.
Parkways.
We've only ever been one time since we've been back from Guam, and I stayed in the wave pool thing most of the day, but the bottom of my feet were like cut up, like because I didn't wear water shoes or whatever. And so the bottom of my feet were like raw from that
Oh,
wave pool. So yeah, I'm not that sad about wild waves. It's too damn cold here to have a water park. Like, let's
yeah,
be for real. It gets like what, 2 weeks out of the summer where it's hot enough to freaking go. Like
right.
in Texas, the water parks are open year round.
I can imagine it's hot all the time.
Damn, it's not hot all the time.
It was hot when I was there.
It was warm when we went out there. It wasn't even that hot, Aaron. We never once got in the pool.
No. And I'll remind you, it was 2 hour drive just to get to anything.
Here we go. Here we go again. I think that's why driving doesn't bother me like it bothers other people. I really believe that. Like, that's normal in Texas. And even like when I lived in Austin, if I needed to go from the north side to the south side for anything, which let's be honest, that was back in my hood rat days, I was usually going to the south side to get into some bullshit. But it's still a 2 hour drive because of traffic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it would be like going from here to, I don't know, Bellevue, like during rush hour. It's about the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I used to like driving when I was younger, but I've had like 2 driving jobs that I had to drive all over Washington
yeah.
State. And I hate driving. I hate flying. Like anything over 2, 3 hours, I freaking hate it.
How are we supposed to go to Costa Rica then?
I don't know. I mean, I'll deal with it, but I don't like it. Like 4 or 5 hours is like, this is fucking miserable. And everybody, like, I see these reels popping up on Instagram of like somebody on the fucking plane, filming the people that as soon as the plane lands, people are standing up in the aisle and they don't get it. They said, who else does this bother? And I'm just like, motherfucker, I've been sitting for 4 fucking hours. I'm going to stand up and stretch my legs. I'm not going to try to get off the plane before the people in front of me. I'm going to let them go first, but I'm going to fucking stand up and block the aisle from other motherfuckers coming up from behind trying to rush forward. And so it's like, why does it bother you that people fucking stand up?
The
Like,
same
yeah, you're
reason
not.
it bothers you that people get on their phone at the gym. Like, it's the same
Well,
thing.
at the gym, it's people are hogging the equipment and taking up the time when other people need to use the equipment.
True.
It's
True.
completely not the same. I'm not blocking anybody other than the people in the back trying to rush forward, but the only reason I stand up is so I can stretch my legs
I don't
because the
like
seats are uncomfortable.
people standing up doesn't bother me. Like, I could care less about that. I always sit by the window when we fly. So I don't attempt to stand up because that's a concussion. And let's be for real, this bun is
Yeah.
usually sits a lot higher than it is today.
Right.
But so I don't ever try to stand up, but it doesn't bother me that people stand up. It's the people that try and run from the back of the plane to the front of the plane. Like, I will
Yeah.
purposely throw my leg out here and trip the shit out of you if you do it.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
yeah.
no, I get the standing up. I get that part.
Yeah. Even if I'm in a window seat, I will stand up and I'll bend over with a knee in the
Yeah.
fucking seat just to stand up because
That I
it's
do. That I
so
do.
uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, that and you're a big dude, Aaron. Like
yeah,
you're a big dude. One of the guys that I'm flying down from Alaska to help out with the stuff that's going on is 6'8", 350-pound Samoan dude. And I go to book his flight, and the other manager that's helping me with all this goes, "Hey, I just want to remind you, like, he can't sit in coach.
yeah,
Like, that's not going to work out." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He was like, "Well, He's a 350, 6'8" Simone guy. He's not. I was like, say less. I totally get it. Like, so I put him in premium. It's not first class because there was none available, but like,
yeah,
I get it. Like, yeah, it's. I don't mind flying. I can sleep on the plane just fine. Jason cannot sleep on the plane. He is
I
like
can't
you.
sleep either.
He doesn't like to fly more than from here to Florida. Like when we flew to Guam and had it was a total of 18 hours and it was listen. And then I start like, you hear, oh, you got to get up and walk around so you don't get blood clots in your legs. And then I start panicking on the plane. And so I'm like trying to get up and walk up and down. And the planes that you fly to go overseas like that is 2 seats, 5 seats, 2 seats.
Yeah.
And so, getting in and out of the aisles is not always the easiest thing to do. And on the way there, Jaden was 3 months old and Ashley was 8 and JJ was 5. And listen, with kids, it's even worse. And, take Jaden out of, because Jaden had to fly in a car seat, taking Jaden out to feed Jaden, change diapers, all of this stuff is like that was a rough flight. On the way back, we came through and we went through Japan on the way there and had a 5-hour layover in Japan. Everybody was asleep on the floor in the airport. I took Jaden out of Jaden's seat and laid Jaden on the floor so Jaden could actually stretch and be flat instead of hunched over in a seat. But on the way back, because I had my sister who didn't have a passport, we flew through Hawaii and it still was the same. And at that time, Jaden was 3. Getting a 3-year-old to go through that flight, there's not enough Benadryl in the world, first of all. And second of all, by that point, Jaden had discovered headphones and music. And on the way in, landing, Jaden was standing up in the seat with headphones on, dancing in the seat, like bouncing up and down in the seat. And the flight attendant walks by and goes, just don't let Jaden fall. Like, just hold on. So you don't have to make her sit down. You don't have to just don't let her fall. And I was like, okay. So it's, those flights are rough. Those are rough flights. Flying from here to Florida, not a big deal to me. That's probably as far as we've flown. I'm going to have to fly to Canada here in a couple months. That's probably not going to be anything. But I also am not 6 foot whatever and 6'2", 6'3". Yes, I'm definitely a little on the chunky side, but I'm okay with like my legs do not get cramped up like y'all's legs do. So I
waited in the car for like 45 minutes. Well, Duncan went in to get a haircut yesterday in Seattle, and my right hip was like on fire and uncomfortable. And of course, I didn't like get out of the car to stretch. So then after we leave, we drive back home. And by the time I'm home, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to the gym today. But I ended up going as I skipped
your
Friday.
Hip?
Yeah.
That sounds like an old people problem, Aaron. Go get that checked out.
Lately, like my whole body's been hurting. And I was like, I'm still pushing through it, going for a walk in the morning. But, Friday, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not walking today. And then I didn't go to the gym. So Saturday, I was like, it's leg day. I need to go to the gym. And so I
Do
went.
you think you need to incorporate more rest days?
I mean, I'm already doing 2 rest days a week. I just think it's
okay.
I think it's probably more so like, so I quit really focusing on losing,
Mm-hmm.
weight, fat, and I'm more like concentrating on building muscle. So I went to this mindset of like, you need to eat a lot to build muscle. And, I'm eating a lot of rice and probably stuff that's not good for me, that's causing inflammation in my joints and in my body.
I just was about to say that.
So I'm just like, I just been lack of energy, my whole body hurting, but I still push through it. And
I mean,
and it could be too, like the 2 days off that I do rest, I'm not doing much. I get off of work and like,
you're not like active recovery. It's just
yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
So if
No.
I'm like sitting there watching TV or something like that, that's where my body starts locking up, is when I'm not
I think
active.
you need to do mobility exercises, is what I think. That's
Yeah,
just my two
I
cents.
probably need to stretch and do mobility exercises, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, me either. But when I tore my Achilles, that's the one thing that saved it. I'm
Yeah.
convinced of that 100%. And to me, mobility is more difficult than strength training because of the movements and it's more like you use bands a lot and the
Uh,
resistance of it. Like to me, that was a harder workout than lifting. You know what I mean? Because the movements were so uncomfortable,
yeah.
especially the hip ones. Like doing hip flexor openers and closing it, dude, I would rather walk on hot coals than do
Yeah.
that shit.
I mean,
So,
I do the machine with a lot of weight, but my hips don't open up
yeah.
like some of those people. I'm just like, damn. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe like that. That's where they're like, all
Yeah.
spread eagle and shit. So I'm just like,
My
yeah,
hips are pretty
my
good.
hips don't
My
go out
hips.
that way.
Yeah,
Well,
no, my hips are really good.
most
It's my
women are
arms.
probably.
My arms and shoulders. Like right now, it feels like there is a knot right under my right shoulder blade. And I don't know if I'm sleeping wrong or like what is starting. And it didn't start until I started using my mask. And that's why I think it has something to do with like how hard I'm sleeping now. Bro, that mask, life changing. Life changing. I even told my mom, I was like, don't ever let me do that again. I do need to get a new mask though, because this one is like, I had to take the adapter piece off the front because we had the same mask. I had to take that little tiny hose off and put it the hose straight to the mask instead of having like that tube in between.
Yeah.
And so my hose is really short, so I only got limited range of where I can go. And but yeah, that thing is life changing. So, and I can tell like in all areas, focus, concentration. I don't have giant bags under my eyes.
Imagine that.
Look, the color in my skin looks normal. But yeah, my arms is what I lack mobility in. My legs are good, ankles are good, all of that. But these arms, if I tried to chicken wing myself right now, I'd probably get a cramp. So it's, yeah. I mean, I don't think we realize either how much mobility affects us as we get older. So that's a,
That's that's the most important time to do it, is you got to stay active. And
yeah.
like the older you get, muscle starts deteriorating and
Mm-hmm.
bones start deteriorating.
Yep.
So yeah, stay
100%.
active, folks. Stay active.
Stay active, people. Stay active. You never know. Listen, the zombies are right around the corner, y'all. We gotta stay active around here. The
Yeah, we
zombies are
gotta.
literally around the corner.
The apocalypse is going to happen.
No, for
Be
real.
prepared.
For real. Listen, I just gotta be slower or faster than the slowest person. That's all I'm worried about.
That's right.
So, all right, friend.
Yeah,
You got anything else?
I do not.
Me either. Gotta go
It
hit this
is
grocery
fun day
store.
Sunday. Got some meal prep to do and relax. I looked at my car a bit and pulled the plug out of the wheel well in the
Yeah.
trunk and drained all the water. And somehow I'm still getting some water up in my floorboards and in the car.
Is it just leftover residual or is it?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I mean, after I pulled the plug out and drained the water, I went to the car wash and hit the wet dry vac and tried to suck up as much water out of the carpets.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have done a better job, but there could have been more water. But I reached back there yesterday and still sloshing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. You'll have to keep me posted on that because I'm truly concerned. But all right, friend. Well,
all right.
That's all I got. Till next time, y'all.
Peace. Please like, subscribe, and share, and don't be afraid to reach out to us with feedback and topic ideas. We are here to offer hope to everyone, and we cannot do this without you. Until next week, I'm Aaron.
I'm Tab.
This is the Friendship Frequency. This is who we are. This is what we do. Have a great night. Peace. Bye.